Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, and welcome back to the Exalted Plains. Now, we already had a bunch of, as you can see, we already had a bunch of shards to collect, and we also had, like, where are they? There's, like, some letters somewhere around here. They're actually, it's hard to find because there's so many other things around here, too. There's one. Yeah, so we have 7 letters to collect, we have 16 shards to collect, and we have 10 supply caches. That sounds really tedious and boring, so I'm not going to show you guys that. Instead, let's try to mop up anything that's left in the zone that isn't that. So for example, let's fight our way towards some more fire pits to burn the bodies of people that are soon to become more more people that are soon to become zombies and stuff like that. That sounds compelling. If you've been watching the series so far, you know that I usually cut out the part where I sit there and hunt for the shards, and I think I want to put the letters and the supply caches in the same territory of, like, yeah, they just kind of want me to walk around and grab shit. That's not very exciting, is it? Ooh, there's something nearby. Oh, and bad guys. Let's focus on those real quick. Get away from me! There we go. Yeah, sorry if you disagree, but I think that that's the type of stuff that I could probably skip for brevity, since this series is like 500 years long. I don't think we need to spend too much time on the quests that are like, alright, here's a zone you've already run around in. Better run back and forth in it more so you can find little things hidden on the ground. That's not very compelling. I'll pick up shards and caches as we pass them by. Freeman messages. I want you and your men to collect the dead and bring them to the ramparts. We have to burn them, gather them together, and then leave. I'll deal with it from there. Gordian. So that's I think they're talking about the actual fire pits we've been using. Oh, there's something else here. Oh, it wasn't the body. It's something that's actually in this building. It's not this, but I'll pick this up anyway. But yeah, I figure walk around and try to find things to just click on as far as just shards and caches go seems kind of tedious, so I'm just going to go for the main quest, like, check out this encampment, find the Dalish, set fire to the pits, stuff like that, and then I'll move on to the next zone, and the rest of, I'll finish the zone, but it'll be off camera, because I'm just going to be running back and forth over places I've already been to, clicking on things, and nothing. I don't even want to try to do commentary over that, man. Crumpled missive. Did you hear? One of the recruits from Val Royale said they saw the famous Tom Rainier drinking at the Halberd, east of Val Royale. I thought you'd be interested given your history, although the lad's probably only seen him in sketches. Somehow, I doubt the old captain's foolish enough to come within 100 miles of the capital. I'll let you decide whether you believe it. Anyway, I heard you might be relieved in a week or two. You could talk to Proles, see if he'll let you take leave to follow the lead. To follow the lead, he'll understand. He did allow you to enlist on our side even after what happened to Collier, Roslyn. This is really weird. We're getting references to the characters involved in Blackwall's storyline, but I'm only hearing about them now, which in retrospect, yeah, now I understand what these things mean, but that's the object. Is it more? It's more gray Warden beer, gray whiskey, right wine, conscription ale, a bottle marked vintage, Warden Toniv, home. So, obviously we know now that Blackwall is Tom Rainier. He is a imposter, ooh, but for the longest time, we thought he was someone else. We thought he was Blackwall, of course, which apparently is someone who died a long time ago, and he kind of just took up his position. It's weird that I could have had setup to that. Like, there could have been ways the game could have hinted at it in advance, where I'm like, oh, who's this character? This mysterious Tom that they keep talking about. I guess, granted, it could have. There's a good chance it would have just blended in with the background of all the names in this game, because there's so many characters, and it would be hard to latch onto it as being important. So, come to think of it, it's possible I could have even heard of Tom Rainier before, and just completely, filtered that out. It's just like, all right, another name. I can't remember them all because it's impossible. So, moving on. And I could have heard about him before and not processed it, but here's a very explicit reference to them, and I'm getting it after I already know everything, which is peculiar. Although, of course, as some have pointed out, I'm not playing this game in the order they might intend me to, but I would, of course, counter if there's an intended order, then they should They should make me play it in that order, or, like, confine it somewhat. A challenge. Hey, Dom. I know it's you poking in my stuff. I saw you following me to my stash. I could smell you from 100 yards. Don't think you'll be getting what you lost at Wicked Grace. It's not going to happen. Let's be serious. You can try to get it, but we both know you won't. Lard ass. Nick. And then they all died horribly in the war. The end. That's just the ending to every piece of story that happens here. Is there an item up on top? There's something on my map. I have no idea where it is. Oh, it's over there. Oh, is that a shard? No, it's just some bag. Oh, never mind. That's a completely different object from the one I was trying to get to. One of the first things they added in a patch was the oh, there it is. It's up there. I think it's that chest. How do you even get to that? It's probably not worth it. Chest contents are randomized anyway. But one of the first patches they did was they added the little blips on the radar that make it so that pings actually have locations you can see. Can you believe that? Like, when this game first came out, that wasn't a thing. You just heard a sound and had to look for an outline, and that was it. Like, I know that to be true, and it didn't bother me that much at the time, but now that I've played the version that has the map and everything, the map pings, the idea of playing without map pings is totally baffling to me. So there's a quest marker over there. It might be upstairs, so I'm going for the stairs first. There we go. So it might be up here? What's this quest marker over here? Hello? Quest marker? Like right around here? Maybe is there like an underground area? I don't know. Maybe I have to set fire to the pit first. Did I walk past the pit? I may have walked... Oh wow, I'm not even close to the pit. That's my bad. I basically just walked past it. Am I closer to the other one now instead? Oh yeah, I see a revenant. I'll just go after this one first and I'll go for the other one in a second. Hey friends. Knock you on your ass. Oh, look at the adorable little level 11s. They think they can fight. Nope. Slow-mo for the sake of rubbing it in. It's actually a nice opportunity to recover some stamina too. Every time you use this ability to slow down time, it's essentially a free stamina boost. Because if you think about it, even if you don't have skills that you can use in that time, you're still regenerating stamina at normal speed while everyone else moves faster. While everyone else moves slower, which means you actually get to use more actions per second in the according to everyone else's perspective, at least. That's the weird thing they do, is that it's the point of from a storytelling perspective, like the in-universe explanation is that when you use that potion, you're moving faster. But of course, in gameplay mechanics, and even the way they explain the gameplay mechanics themselves, it's expressed as everyone else moving slower. Is that guy aggroed on me? There's someone moving around over there. How do I get over there, is the question. That Revenant's in an awkward position. Can I target him, maybe? Target that guy. Well, might as well make a mess of things. He's gonna be down in just a second. Yeah, I don't need to waste a long draw on him. There we go. More unexpected, more unsuspecting corpses taking a fall. I should get a pretty significant damage boost from them being that low. I think that's why it's working so well. Oh, look at this guy. He thinks he can reach me, but he can't. Poor guy. And now I'm moving in slow-mo. There you go. Well, this is a good way to generate guard, for sure. Working for me. Is the other guy still down there? Oh, he is still down there. Unless that's someone else. Jump! That was so pointless. That was appallingly pointless. He died anyway, though, so it's fine. It's fine. My mistakes can't be that bad if everything works out in the end, right? How are we doing on potions? Still 12 out of 12. No major pitfalls yet. That could change. We've learned that could change at any moment, but I think that zone was probably higher because I had to do an operation to reach it. There's a good chance that the enemies there were just higher than they're going to be here. This might be kind of a sleepwalk zone. I'm kind of happy that most of the quests here are kind of boring fetch questy, like run around and grab 10 things quests, because that means I have an excuse to sort of skip them on screen, which means I can move onto another zone that's potentially more exciting sooner, because this one is a little bit slow, especially since I've already met most of the locations. That said, the moment I go to the Dalish camp, there could be a whole quest line that gets introduced there, which could be way more interesting because some sort of story would actually be happening, aside from here's a war that's already over. I guess walk around and help people. The end. Plus zombies. Oh my god. Since I'm all the way down here, I might as well pick up some Viridium, because I'm not going to be back in that fight while it's still active. Ooh. I can't jump up here, can I? Nope. And oh, there's stairs. I guess I should have looked for that first. So I think that Revenant's been aggroed, so we're just full on fighting now. I'm just gonna casually pick up some Viridium. Everyone else looks fine. Everyone's either bubbled or guarded right now. Vasti's got full guard. Other two people are bubbled. I don't think this is a particularly dangerous Revenant as they go. Hello, corpse. Oh, I was probably too close to him when I launched that attack, huh? Am I trapped back here? Can't see. Can't see. Oh, it's right. Arcane Horror. I kept calling it a Revenant because that's fresh in my brain from the Codex entry. But Arcane Horrors are not the same thing, and that's what's guarding these corpse piles. Down with you. There we go. Get a corpse heart. I believe there's some. Yep, some more loot down here. I don't know why I'm looting so judiciously. Judiciously? Is that even a... I don't think that's the right word for that. I'm very consistently looting everything around me, though, even though I know that a lot of it's just kind of garbage. Like, here's another level 7 bow. Here's another level 7 dagger. This one's level 12. That's almost as good as being level 19, right? It's it's a wee bit underwhelming. Alright, so we can head over here. Make a big old mess of that barrier. Come on, Cole. Dorian. Nailed it. I'm so good at language and things. I know everyone's names. Don't make fun of me. Alright, burn the pile. We did a good deed today. A good deed. What is that exclamation point and how do I find it? What's going on there? There's an exclamation point like right here. It's like in the fire. I don't think I can go in the... Is it that corpse in the fire? I don't know what to make of that. Is it on the map? Maybe if I click on it like this, it'll be highlighted specifically? There's a quest right there. But... Can I pick it up? I have no idea. Is it a glitch? That's really strange. There's another one over there. No idea what it is. I guess I'll just go for the other fire pit. I have no idea what's going on. There's just 2 exclamation points for quests. Usually there's like a crumpled note or a person to talk to start the quest. Instead we just have an exclamation point floating on a map, I guess, and that's not enough information. If I highlight it with a beacon and I clearly get a beam saying this is exactly the spot we want you to go to, and then I still can't figure it out, something's gone terribly wrong. Full draw. Take some down. Oh, wow, one shot. I'm okay with that. Fire! Everyone down. You can only talk so much while fighting 17,000 zombies, right? The repetition definitely starts to set in on this zone. I haven't even gotten to the rifts yet. Oh, whoa, Jesus. It is a surprise that people just kind of show up right in front of you, right? Here's 17 more enemies, you know, no big deal. Just all hanging out underground, waiting for all their friends to die so they can fight you single file. Because coming out all at the same time would be too smart and have too much chance of success. So they have to come out like a couple at a time, just to ensure their failure, as is being seen right now. There we go. More? Okay, fine. So this is why people are tired of zombie games. What great timing for me to start playing Dying Light. I'm sure no one will be sick of that. Although so far that game seems to have some relatively fun zombie combat. At least you get to bash people's brains in. And you can very specifically aim for the head, and it's kind of a satisfying. It's from like a game feel and sound effects mix. Like it's actually relatively well done. Somewhat more compelling than holding down right trigger and occasionally hitting a cooldown button just to see something happen. Alright, let's get over here. Make a big old mess. Are those guys down there? What are those? Oh, there's just shades hanging out downstairs. Weird. I'll focus on the guys upstairs. I'll focus on the arcane horror. That just seems logical. He's the guy right in front of us. Maybe when we burn all the bodies, the quest giver will show up. Like maybe those spots where there seems to be a quest, but we can't get him. Maybe you have to wait for them to spawn after this area is clear, which kind of makes some sense from a gameplay perspective. But it's weird that the quest icons would already be there. Everyone is freaking destroyed right now. Okay, heading on up. Are people fighting down there? Oh, well, yep. Shades are still around. Full draw, and he dead. He very dead. Sarah gets all the credit, because I said so. Because she is the bestest of them all. Alright, grabbing a couple things, and Dorian time. I believe in you. This is what you were born to do. There you go. Alright, back to not playing as you anymore. I'll leave the mage to the AI, because they're smart enough to remember that they're on barrier duty, where I always forget. So what do we have around here? These exclamation points are still here. What's that say? Blow the signaling. Oh, there we go. Blow the horn. Now that all of the hello, friend. Now that we've dealt with the fires for the bodies, now we can do the horn to signal. I believe to signal everyone to come back. Like that's. I assume that's the point. Is to be like, all right, all clear, guys. You can come back to your battlements and proceed with your war that's already over. Why aren't we just evacuating the Exalted Plains since the war's over? Like, why are we even... We're, like, securing fronts and stuff like that. It's like, dude, we already won. And or lost. It's over. There's nothing to fight over anymore, so let's just leave the horrifying zombie land and go home. Sounds like a good plan. Signaling horn is upstairs. Just need to get upstairs somehow. There a ramp? Or, oh, there we go. I see a catwalk. Is it a catwalk if it has rails? I guess that's wide enough to just be called a bridge. Is the logical way of approaching that. Alright. Everyone love me because I am almighty and solved all your problems. The end. Congratulations, everybody. Oh, there's some soldiers fighting against some zombies. Oh.
Keeping things in order.
Or so I thought. It's actually just some soldiers. It's the training soldiers. Every time I see soldiers training, I think that something way worse is happening. So now I might as well investigate these locations. So are these quests now? Can I talk to you? How about you? No? Nothing? There's just an exclamation point here for some reason, but nothing that I can interact with. Well, that's strange. Arcane horror. Upon ascending to the second floor of the tower, a gruesome sight greeted us. A ragged collection of bones wearing robes of one of our senior enchanters. I had known her for years, watched her raise countless apprentices, and now she was a mere puppet for some demon. Transcribed from a tale told by a Templar in Antiva City. 913 Storm. Alright, we're here. We're just up the hill a bit from the camp we were just in. We're on the desolate bank, and it's time to go south, both to close some rifts and to eventually get down to the Dalish camp down here, along with, is that another rift? Yep, another rift. So, our ultimate goal is the Dalish camp down in the corner. We'll see if I can find the rift on my way through the area too, though. This should be all new area that I have not covered before, which in itself is a bit exciting, because so far it's been kind of, let's go back to those battlements again. It's a black wolf. Now it's a red wolf. Oh, I forgot to do a full draw. I mean long draw. Long shot? Long shot full draw. I gotta keep it straight in my head. Long shot's the one that you get a bonus from distance, and full draw's the one where you get a super long casting time. Wow, my damage is getting absurd. Now I'm shooting wildlife on accident. I didn't even mean to shoot those hollow. They were just kind of in the area. So I auto-targeted them when I was trying to kill the shade. Oh, games. It is funny when a game decides that, oh yeah, of course the player wanted to auto-target that one helpless animal on the sidelines instead of fighting the aggressor that's like 12 feet in that direction. Who would want to fight the actual enemy? Let's fight nature. Die, archer. Oh, there is an archer. Okay. I meant to say die nature, but I read archer on the screen and I just said that out loud. Didn't even notice until that moment that there was definitely an undead archer. So looks like the rift's gonna be a bit over here. Oh, there we go. Remember when these were really threatening? I remember when I was doing the, is the mage storyline? Yeah, I was doing the mage storyline. Oh! And, like, the area you had to go through over the course of that quest had, like, a few too many rifts in it, and that was, like, devastatingly hard to me. The fact that I had to do, like, deal with, like, a few more than I was ready for. Now it's like, my party can take it. Let's just have some fun. Auto attack! Where's this corpse charger coming from? This is supposed to be a rift. I need to heal. Oh god. I will say the awkward part about playing as Sarah is that, oop. Really quickly. Dorian. Oh, have I missed my chance? I may have screwed up already. Let's find out. Nope, nothing coming out of there. What else do we have coming? Oh, level 15 Revenant. 15 Terror. Is that it? There's something way down here too. Oh Jesus, this actually might be threatening. We have a okay. We have a Terror, we have a Revenant, and we have a... Oh my god, I just read the Codex entry and I've already forgotten what they're called. The Flying Casty Magi assholes is what they're called. That's their name. Don't wear it out. Let's focus on the Terror first just because he teleports around. Also, probably the weakest of the three things we're fighting right now. They're called horrors, right? Slow down a bit. Just cause some serious damage to this Revenant as fast as possible. Here we go. Yeah, we'll be fine. We just need him to go down. Now it's 4-on-1 all over again. Arcane Horror. There we go. I remembered half the name. Sometimes there's just a lot of pronouns to remember in an RPG. And down he goes. Is that the end of the rift? I believe it is. Here we go. It is a slight bummer that...
Can you feel the bits of fade around you when you cast spells, Dorian? They pull around the veil, pulled by power, then push through to see this side.
So when I cast a fireball, it's just the fade saying peekaboo?
I don't think it says that.
If it says anything other than I'm going to burn your face off, I don't want to hear it.
Well, we've at least got some interaction with Dorian and Cole. So apparently there's some form of... There's actually a message involved in interacting with the Fade. And, of course, Cole can understand it, which makes things interesting. Oh, hey. Good time to have Sarah around. Sarah approves of this, right? Because I got a red Jenny bag. Didn't even plan on that. Just sort of picked it up at random. I wonder, if you don't have Sarah in your party... Well, actually, I know you can find them without Sarah, but... If you don't have Sarah in your game, can you still find red Jenny things, is what I'm wondering? I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Down with you. But it is kind of a bummer that the difficulty curve doesn't stay consistent. Because there was definitely a period early on where, like, almost every fight was fairly tense, because I was always trying to be careful. Even in relatively easier fights, I was still trying to maintain... Like, oh, I gotta get through this. It's not enough to get through this and win. I have to get through this and do well, because I need to maintain potions all the way through. But, unfortunately, the only way to maintain that level of difficulty in this game, as far as I know, and even, I don't even necessarily know this either, I'd have to test it, it might not even be possible then, would be to, completely mainline the story missions. Do every story mission as fast as possible, don't do any side questing or anything, except for what the bare minimum is to hit your level requirement, and then just move on. Basically, you have to play this game like it's World of Warcraft, where you just do a few quests until you're too high of level, and then you just leave and move on to the next zone, and don't actually care about the contents of any of the zones, because your only real goal is to just keep leveling up and do the next instance. And that's not as exciting. It's fun for me to do in my World of Warcraft series, because I'm doing it with friends, but it's kind of a bummer from an RPG lover perspective. The Elven Glyphs. Gale. I have perused the library. I have perused the library in Villa Moral. In Villa Moral. There are tales of hidden elven power in the Dales. I entrust you with the task of unearthing this power. It could be a weapon in our fight for freedom. They say the key is in Durthavaren, in the writing of the stones. As I understand it, that is the elven name for the Exalted Plains. It is full of ruins. I know of one by the river, west of where the armies were camped. A shrine to Siles. Start there. Sir August. I guess one point I will make, though, is that if this game was going to be as consistently difficult...
I'll bet I could do that.
If this game was going to be as consistently difficult as it was at the beginning of the game, it would have to be smaller to continue being fun, probably. Because this game's massive. Like, utterly massive. And if I was struggling in every single fight the entire time, that might be kind of a bummer. Are those wolves going to attack us? So there should be... They gave us Veilfire, so the chances that there's probably a rune nearby that I need the torch lit for. So I'm going to run around these buildings a bit and see if I can find something. Oop, something around here. Oh, it's just something on the ground. Like Dark Souls games. Oh, enhanced mighty blow ring. I can't pick it up because I'm full on inventory space. Frankly, I've gotten so many skill rings so far that I'd probably throw it away anyway. I'd rather get really powerful buffs than skill-specific rings. Especially since, I don't know if this is true now, but when the game first came out, they were rumored to not really work at all, which is kind of a bummer. I don't see a rune nearby. Oh, I see. Is that a note on the ground? What's that? A letter. My sweet doorbell. Things have gotten worse since I last wrote. There is no end to the madness. Strange lights on the plains. Soldiers torn limb from limb. Some of the men think there is an elven curse on the land. But I am gone, and will put all this from my mind. If Selene wants to keep her throne, she can take up arms against her cousin, the demons, and whatever else. I would like to return home, darling, but I must disappoint you. I may no longer fight for the Empress, but I still fight for Orlais. There is a rebel group gathering in the Emerald Graves Forest. People like me, tired, wanting a change. I met some of them. It feels right. There's something big planned. To take the Dales, to wipe out the old politics. I'll be hopeful. But I know you would be too. Wait for me, Benji. Was this an elf? Strange lights in the plain, soldiers torn limb from limb. No, it's just some person. Okay. I will say that one thing is that more background, playing the Exalted Plains before doing the Orlais mission would have been interesting because, like, I'm about to meet the Dalish elves. Like, if I met the elves of Orlais, that would be interesting because then I might be more inclined to try to help the elf woman that was part of that whole procession back there. At the time, I'm like, elves are in Orlais? Like, I didn't even really have background with which to process that, and I just had to go with what people were telling me. And since I was surrounded exclusively by people I couldn't trust, I couldn't even really necessarily go by what I was being told. That looks like the Dalish encampment down there. Yep, there's my beacon there. But yeah, like, Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 aren't very huge games. They're pretty big. Like, by normal game standards they're big, but by RPG standards they're pretty medium to small in many ways. And that's good, because they're really tough. A tough game being hundreds of hours long, I feel like that would wear on you at some point. Like, it'd become too exhausting. So I don't mind the difficulty so much in this game.
For being so unnerved by magic, you aren't shy about benefiting from its effects.
I don't. I use normal things, not magic.
You consider swathing yourself in flame or ice normal and not magic?
For one, it comes out a bottle. For two, I mess up, I get burned. You mess up, your head chucks up a demon. For three, bottle, little burned, no demons. So there.
That was only... You know, if it lets you sleep at night, never mind.
People really take issue with Sarah not liking magic, don't they? I guess it's because I surround her with mages constantly that are inclined to care so much. But yeah, if this game was as difficult as Dark Souls, it probably would wear on me at some point. The main reason why it gets away with it is because it's, I don't know, it's kind of a balance. A long game doesn't have to be as hard, I suppose. It's just a kind of a weird feeling to know that you started the game with it being tough and really engaging and like I have to pay attention to everything, and now it's kind of like, hey, let's shoot the shit and talk about whatever and read some lore, because I'm just gonna wander around and Let's see.
Elfie elves, get ready for proper
Please don't get too close to the Hannah. They're unused to strangers.
Excuse me, you just interrupted Sarah. That was very rude. Why couldn't you just let Sarah finish talking? The Dalish elves. I took the road north from Val Royale towards Navarra with the merchant caravan. A scant 2 days past the Elysian border, we were beset by bandits. They struck without warning from the cover of trees, hammering our wagons with arrows, killing most of the caravan guards instantly. A few who survived the arrow storm drew their blades and charged into the trees after our attackers. We heard screams muffled by the forest and then nothing more of those men. After a long silence, the bandits appeared, elves covered in tattoos and dressed in hides. They looted all the supplies and valuables they could carry from the merchants and disappeared back into the trees. These, I was informed later, were the Dalish, the wild elves who lurk in the wilderness on fringes of settled lands, preying upon travelers and isolated farmers. These wild elves have reverted to worship of their false gods and are rumored to practice their own form of magic, rejecting all human society. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Jen and TV.
You don't have to be afraid, Sarah. I won't hurt you. I won't stab you when you're looking somewhere else. I won't do that to your boots. Or that other thing to your arrows. I don't understand what that last thing is, but I won't do it either.
It's like its face doesn't know what it's saying. Ugh.
Cole and Sarah aren't getting along so well. Because Cole doesn't understand that reading someone's mind and saying, I'm not going to do any of those things you're thinking about right now is the creepiest thing you could possibly do. And Sarah, of course, like a lot of characters, doesn't adapt well to being around a spirit person. Slightly awkward. But yeah, Brother Jen and TV, I'm starting to think the adventures he has been through in his life may be a little absurd for one lifetime. He's come too close to death too many times to still be safe all this time.
I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
I've never heard of a golden Halla.
The legend is not well known, even among the people. We call her Hanno Gillen, the Pathfinder. In times of great need, she comes to show us the way.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your Halla?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in gem markets, I hear. And if they were golden? Goodbye then.
These are not good times to come unbidden before the people. My patience is thin, with all that has befallen. Perhaps you should be on your way.
What has befallen your clan?
The Orlesian War has hindered our progress through the dirt. The armies cause rock slides. They dig ditches that trip the Halla and destroy the Arabals, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan needs him most, my first, Tavin, defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves. And now, I've learned that the grounds of Var Balanaris are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
I can deal with that for you.
My clan and I would be deeply grateful if you could, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Var Balanaris is sacred ground.
Why do elves call this plain the Dearth?
When the people settled here, we called it Dearth of Erin. The promise. For the Dales were promised to us by Andraste. It is still the Dearth to us, even if the Shemlin give it a name that recalls our destruction. Another time.
Elganon, the stores are so low.
You seem troubled.
It's nothing. Just our stores. With the Shem War and the demons, replenishing them has been difficult. For one, we're almost out of herbs, and we lack materials to repair the Aravals. I don't even remember. There's so much we're missing. It's all written in my ledger.
Alright, so let's review really quick what I just got from them. So, from the beyond, there's an old Dalish burial site in the plains known as Val Balanaris. Yeah, actually nailed that. Okay. Spells protecting the dead there have been broken, attracting demons. Cleansing the grounds of the demons would gain favor from the Dalish. So defeat the demons at Var Balanaris. Another demon-killing mission. Okay. A well-stocked camp. From the war with the war ongoing and the war is not ongoing, so you're already wrong, and demons preventing safe travel through much of the Dales, the Dalish in the plains have had trouble keeping supplies stocked. An elf named Nisa has made a list of what they need for their camp in her ledger. Read Nisa's ledger. And the Golden Hala. A Golden Hala known as Hanal Gilam is said to visit the Dalish in times of great need. A hunter named Itherin believes the legendary Hala now roams the Exalted Plains. Find the Golden Hala. Alright, so we need to find the Golden Hala, read a ledger, defeat some demons, and of course, once I read the ledger, more follow-up after that. Nisa's ledger. Spindleweeds getting scarce. That it? Are you serious? Are you for reals? Because we just talked about, like, there's so many things I can't even keep track. You're just like, I do some spindleweed. The end.
You brought supplies. If you could store them in that chest, I would be grateful.
Where's the chest? I don't even talk to you directly.
You brought supplies. If you could store them
Did
in
not
that
mean to
chest,
talk to you again. I meant to read this. June, god of the craft. We dedicate all our crafts to June, for it is he who taught the people to bend the branches of trees to make our bows, and to fashion coverings of furs and iron bark. Without June, we would have the Aravel. Would we have the Aravel, or the harnesses for our Hala? When the people were young, we wandered the forest without purpose. We drank from streams and ate the berries and nuts that we could find. We did not hunt, for we had no bows. We wore nothing, for we had no knowledge of spinning or needlecraft. We shivered in the cold nights and went hungry through the winters, when all the world was covered in ice and snow. Then Celeste, the hearthkeeper, came, and gave us fire, and taught us how to feed it with food. June taught us to fashion bows and arrows and knives, so that we could hunt. We learned to cook the flesh of the creatures we hunted over Selene's fire, and we learned to clothe ourselves in their furs and skins. The people were no longer cold and hungry, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Relefen clan of the Dalish elves. So basically, Dalish people are really stupid, like really stupid, and then magical god people came down and fixed all their problems, but they're probably still stupid. The end. Alright, is the ledger updated now? We're running out of elf fruit. Okay, fine. There. You like me? Wow, this is actually really good. This is a good way to spam some experience. Someone took canine leather without my permission. If I can find out who, fine. I'll make the Dalish love me and get a bunch of free influence along the way. Let's see, check the ledger. Getting it to update in time is actually the tough part. We need more iron to repair the Aravels. Talk to you later. Don't bother me right now. I'm trying to get favor and Inquisition perks. Alright, now what do you want? What do you want? I wish we had some great bear fur. Nights are getting cold. I got this, brah. I got this. Come back. Activate. Activate. Chest activate. God damn it. Don't they want bear pelts, right? Oh, I don't have bear pelts. It's finally something I don't have. I've killed a lot of bears. I thought I would have pelts, but I guess I must have spent them on some other quest, probably. Alright, this dude.
Annette Ara, Herald.
Ah, talk. What do they say exactly?
Mostly they say that you're very large. No matter what they say, your Inquisition is the only thing trying to help the world. I wish I could be a part of that.
You want to join me?
It won't happen. Keeper Howen won't allow it. He doesn't trust anything to do with the Chantry or Andraste.
I could try to convince your keeper.
You could try.
I'll take my leave.
Well, there we go. So yeah, that's now I have a reason for getting all of this this Dalish favor. Is if I keep raising it, I'll get a new follower. Who is?
Mathalanas Valoran, where are you?
Have I talked to this person yet? Yeah. Oh no, it's a different person from the one that used to be over there.
Who's Valerie?
My brother. He's been sullen for a while because the Keeper chose another as his apprentice. He thinks it's a slight, but it isn't. He just wasn't ready. Keeper Howen wants him to wait. Then he took off 3 nights ago on his own. I don't know what he was thinking. The Keeper sent hunters to search, but they never found a trace. Mathal's mercy. If anything's happened.
Oh, find Valorin. That's another quest that wasn't even marked on the map. I guess I should keep an eye out, because there's apparently some quests here that aren't even projected. Mythel, the Great Protector. Elgar'nan has defeated his father, the sun, and all was covered in darkness. Pleased with himself, Elgar'nan sought to console his mother, the earth, by replacing all the sun had destroyed. But the earth knew that without the sun nothing could grow. She whispered to Elgar'nan this truth, and pleaded with him to release his father. But Elgar'nan's pride was great, and his vengeance was terrible, and he refused. It was at this moment that Mythel walked out of the seas of the earth's tears and onto the land. She placed her hand on Elgar'nan's brow, and at her touch he grew calm and knew that his anger had led him astray. Humbled, Elgar'nan went to the place where the sun was buried and spoke to him. Elgar'nan said he would release the sun if the sun promised to be gentle and return to the earth each night. The sun, feeling remorse at what he had done, agreed. And so the sun rose again in the sky and shone his golden light upon the earth. Elgar'nan and Mythel, with the help of earth and the sun, brought back to life all the wondrous things that the sun had destroyed, and they grew and thrived. And that night, when the sun had gone to sleep, Mythel gathered the glowing earth around his bed and formed it into the sphere to be placed in the sky, a pale reflection of the sun's true glory. The moon, obviously. From the tale of Mythel's touch, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Ralafaran clan of the Dalish elves. I gotta say, all the different versions of religious stories and stuff like that throughout all of Dragon Age, definitely gonna blend together for me at some point. What's that? Supply cache. Blammo. Don't mind me, I just grabbed the supply cache from the middle of your Dalish camp. I hope none of you guys mind that I'm marking that to be, taken away for the Elysians.
They all like coffee face.
Not quite. Corypheus is one of a kind. An original Darkspawn, it turns out.
I mean, are they all crazy? Wanting to be gods? Like that?
That. Not all of them, but enough.
And you let them live? Why?
There's always more where they came from. Men like Corypheus aren't born, they're made.
Dun dun dun. It's kind of just conversation we've already had before with Dorian, so it's not really new light or anything. Nothing new being covered there. But I really find it amusing that it's like, I'm just starting to get these people to like me a little bit, maybe. I just casually walk in and I'm like, these supplies are mine now. And I'm going to give them to the Orlesians, those people that you're like in direct conflict with and stuff like that. Wow, there's another note. Elgar'nan the Allfather. That's very Norse. Immediately, the moment you're calling it the Allfather. Long ago, when the time itself was young, the only things in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elgar'nan was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgar'nan greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgar'nan, the land brought forth grey birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgar'nan loved his mother's gifts and praised them highly and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy of Elgar'nan, took in her works, and grew jealous. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all the creatures the earth had created, and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all that she had wrought. The pool of tears cried, for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body the first rivers and streams. Elgar'nan was furious at what his father had done, and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elgar'nan's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgar'nan threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the remainders of Elgar'nan's battle with his father, drops of the sun's lifeblood, which twinkled and shivered in the darkness. From the tale of Elgar'nan and the sun, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Ralafaran clans of the Dalish elves.
Please, if you see my brother out there, tell him
So that would have been a good thing to read, of course, before the one we just read, because it clearly
You seem fascinated with our camp.
clearly takes place slightly beforehand. But wow, that was so. They said the old water on the earth basically is from the earth crying about the death of a previous generation of creatures. Like basically like when the dinosaurs died, streams in the ocean were created because the world cried for them, which is one interpretation, I suppose. It's a little weird though that they don't account for the fact that land water is not salty, which means I guess they didn't have enough space on the page to keep going with that part. I guess last but not least we'll talk to the clan leader before she gets mad at us, and that'll probably be where we wrap up this episode. And then next episode we'll go out there and we'll investigate all these different quests we've gotten from these Dalish elves. Looks like our time in the Exalted Plains has grown longer.
You seem fascinated with our camp.
Are you a merchant of some sort?
I am Taniel, the clan's craftsman. Leather, ironbark. These are my specialities. However, Keeper Howin has forbidden trade with outsiders we do not know or trust. You seem fascinated with our camp.
Do you have anything to trade?
The Keeper has forbidden trade with strangers we cannot trust. Please understand.
So we have to earn enough favor to trade with the Dalish and earn enough favor to recruit. So we have 2 reasons to trade. We have 2 reasons to get favor. We can get access to presumably exclusive items and an exclusive agent. It's funny that when I was in the middle of saying that this zone is like this is the more repetitive and grindy zone, as far as I could tell, of like running around. Alright, burn all the fires here. Now burn all the fires here. Now burn all the fires here. Now get all the shards here. How about all these shards? How about all these shards? How about these rifts? Even more rifts over here. More rifts. And now there's letters over here. And now there's letters over here. And now there's letters over here. And now there's... was it supply caches? Better get all the supply caches. What about more supply caches? Even more supply caches. And then it's like now we've added reputation grinding. By the way, I thought that was the leader. That's not the leader. That's just some vendor. I got mixed up a second there. Obviously that's the keeper, so that's the leader of the camp. My mistake. But yeah, right when I was already thinking dismissing this place as like this is the place where they do all the repetitive MMO style quests, they now added a reputation to grind, which I have perks to grind for now. So that happened. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.